Why would you want to cut lawns for a living? And I said, well, how much do you make a week, mate? And he said, oh, $200 a week. Now, this is 4 years ago. And I said, well, I make that in a day. And he didn't believe me. And I said to him, come out with me for a day and I'll show you what it's like. And he did. And he came out and eventually bought around from us, or bought customers from us. And that wasn't my defining moment, though. It was 6 months later, he rang me and he said, Bill, I'd like to thank you for selling me these customers because you've changed my life. I've doubled my income. I have got the lifestyle I want. I take the kids to school, I pick them up, and I'm home early, and I'm fitter than I've ever been before. So I'd like to thank you very much. And with that in mind, as I put the phone down, I thought, how many more people out there like that would like to run a business like this? Because we're not really in the lawn mowing business or the cleaning business. We're in the customer selling business. Our business is, it happens to be cleaning or lawn mowing, but that's not. We don't make a cent out of cleaning or lawn mowing. VIP itself makes its money on selling the customers that franchisees can't handle. And to be a franchisee, you have to be a corporate psychologist, a marriage counsellor, and a life coach. And that's all the things you have to have, and the strengths you have to have, and of course strong training systems, and an empathy with franchisees that can't make it, and work with them to make them successful. We are now taking a sort of a life coach approach to the franchisees, and we encourage our franchisees to invest in properties and have an aim for something rather than just mowing lawns or cleaning houses. We found that our best franchisees that have been with us for the longest and the most successful and most desired ones are the ones that have a goal in life. I mean, we've now got franchisees that might have 5 or 6 and some have got 11 homes that they've bought over the last 10, 11 years. We also expanded our support mechanism. We had a franchise support manager for 1 in 200, and now we're working for a support manager for 1 in every 50. And I'd like to still thank Mr. Jeff Kennett in 1990 for laying about 10,000 government workers off at the time. Very good for us. And it's unusual for us to say, you know, like, and I know it's a bit depressing, but I love a good recession personally because it makes our business strong.
You build up a system of 1,100 franchisees already, and one of the things you say is recruiting. That's where our innovation is needed. So apart from looking at specific communities, being the Indians, the Chinese, and so on, looking for a partnership with Port Adelaide to also, you know, get the name out there as well. What are some other, let's say, opportunities that you see ahead in terms of innovation so that your business really can thrive in the years ahead?
Well, we've got quite a challenge in front of us. I mean, to give you an idea how big our industry is like, for us to get 4% of the market, we've worked out we need 14,000 franchisees just to get 4% of the market. Jim's can have another 4, there's another, you know, and we could get just 4%, which we don't think is a high percentage of the market. So it's a huge challenge for us. I mean, the other alternative we have got, and we looked at very seriously, is to get away from the franchising market and looked at the Spotless model. Spotless is a cleaning company that turn over $2 billion a year in catering. I'm not quite sure what's the difference between catering and cleaning. But I know the commercial cleaning industry is a $4 billion a year industry. We've got a franchisee that employs 20 staff and he turns over $1 million a year.
A lot of ideas in that head of yours. There's a lot of things you're involved with, a lot of projects going on. How do you actually, you know, streamline it and make sure that you can get it going?
No, I don't actually. I have. Bill has problems with Bill himself, you know, inside, working what goes through my mind. But you talk about innovation or as resolution. I mean, innovation is a part of survival. If you think about it, I mean, if something doesn't go the way you want it to go, you have to rethink your business, you have to reassess it, you have to reinvent yourself and try and work at it. And some people call them challenges. I'd rather not have them personally. I think it's nice easier if they go a nicer way and go smoother. But in business, you have to reinvent yourself all the time because things change. I mean, I built the business up from yellow pages, local paper, and leaflet dropping and a better television. Now, Yellow Pages, I mean, we spent something like $1.2 million on Yellow Pages, and we found it was costing us $2 a call, and towards the end it was starting to cost us $56 a call. TV is not as cost effective as we'd like it to be. It's very expensive. The target audience is mixed. You've got more stations now than you did 30 years ago. I mean, you pick 1, 2 or 3 and you have a fair crack at it. But now you've got 30, 40, I've lost count how many stations there are.
Representatives here from various industries. Some of them are entrepreneurs themselves and business leaders. Others are good professionals in their jobs. Some people are also representing local government or not-for-profit. Bringing things back again about being creative and staying ahead, going along with change and embracing change, being innovative. What's the sort of, and this is my last question before I open it up as well, what sort of advice, what sort of tip could you give to these people, knowing again that there's different people out there to really stay ahead of the pack?
Well, I'm not sure of, I know what I would do in my business. I can't say what you do in your business, but you have to be on top of your game in whatever profession you're in, because changes can bypass you very quickly, and opportunities can bypass you. So I spend probably 50% of my time, well, maybe not as much now, I had to cut it back a bit, but I used to spend 50% of my time listening to people with ideas. And because somebody's always trying to sell you something or whatever, and of course I was the sort of guy that, oh gee, I haven't got the time, but I really should look at it because you never know, it might be something that you could use. So you spend 50% of your time looking at these ideas.
What do you think of some of your competitors that expand into plumbing, into antennas, into dog washing, and I mean, is there a chance you can overextend yourself? Because some customers may think, I don't want to fix my computer.
No disrespect to Jim Penman, but we were the first. We actually in 1992 we started. I thought lawn mowing. Why can't we do everything? We looked at it. There's 56 different home services you could franchise out, from plumbing to. We counted them all up, and I wanted to do all of them. And we started to do all of them. We got to 14, I think, and all of a sudden our concentration went from. We lost focus on our core service, and we were focusing on everything else, and we were spending 80% of our time getting 10% of the return for going these other ways. We found that we could make just as much money by not having a 4-tiered system and dealing with the franchisees direct, because Jim's system is you've got the franchisor, that's Jim, then you've got a national franchisor, you've got a master franchisee, and you've got the franchisee in there. So if somebody between those 3 tiers, everybody's got to make a buck somewhere out of the customer. So either the customer pays, or the franchisor has to pay, or the franchisee has to pay. Somebody has to pay the price with fees to try and make ends meet.
So you said you spent about $1.4 million with Yellow Pages, and you've obviously taken that out and brought back to now. So where, apart from the power, does your marketing spend go now, and how do you find the measurability of those?
Well, a lot of it went into SEO management. You know, it's our biggest focus, and I think it's no different to Jim's or any other organisation. I think it's the place to be and the space to be in, because it's just and social media, and we've invested in the communications manager to try and get more PR articles out of it. We're not only sponsoring the Port Adelaide Football Club, we're sponsoring. We'll talk to every sporting club that moves, basically. We're trying to engage our franchisees into sponsorship, because it's not about just branding what it does. Sponsorship, what we found, sponsorship is not new to us. Well, I've been doing it on a minor level, but we found a way to make it work better for us, to get a better return of investment with the sports clubs, and make them work a little bit more. And they are willing to work more to make sure you get a return of investment. It's not just about the branding, but it's also about engaging the franchisees. So we've got lots of footage tickets, And we can invite lots of franchisees to functions, and it's about engaging them and making it a bit of fun with them as well. I'm being entrepreneurial within my business. And one of the reasons I'm not bored with it, really, because I haven't really got it where I wanted it to be. I mean, my goal was to have 2,000 franchisees by the year 2000, and that was 12 years ago. So I haven't reached my goals at all. So that's the reason why I'm still at it and trying to work out how I can get there. I'm not a Richard Branson, I might look like him. But in fact, I went on an air flight the other day, a Qantas air flight, and the hostess said to me, she said, "Aren't you on the wrong plane?" But it's about team and camaraderie, and it's about how to establish a relationship with other people.